In behalf of our group, I would like to greet Madam Zanira to watch and evaluate our final presentation, and to all of our classmates to enjoy this video. Without wasting our time, let's get started with the history of Scottish English. During the 5th century, people in Scotland used Scottish Gaelic as their main language. It is actually a language derived from a group of Celtic languages. However, during the 11th to the 13th century, both group of Vikings from the Scandinavian group and Normandy Friends came into Scotland, bringing two types of language influence, which is Old Norse and French, into the Scottish Gaelic language. 200 years later, a new language called Scot was developed in Scotland due to the mix of language influences brought by the Vikings. Finally, in the 17th century, Scotland united with England and became United Kingdom. They finally announced that Standard England English as their official language. In the meantime, Scottish English was developed since people in Scotland pronounce Standard English with their Scot accent.
Scottish English is a variety of English dialects spoken by Scotland. Although the United Kingdom includes Scotland, the Scottish accent and dialect are distinct from the ordinary English accent. It is thought that both Scottish English and Old English share the same origins. For the most part of the working class uses Scots, whereas educated middle class people use Scottish Standard English SSE. Dialect switching is more common in rural variants of Scottish English, while dialect drifting is more common in metropolitan dialects such as those in Edinburgh and Glasgow. As Scottish Standard English has become the language of business and government, Scot is being relegated to less formal contexts. There is no denying that the boundaries between Scottish Standard and English, which are spoken by a small percentage of the population, are not distinct. Scot is considered as a full-fledged language because it has its own history, dialects, and literature. The majority of Scots speak a mix of English and Scots, and only a small number of individuals in rural areas do speak full traditional Scots. Citizens of society have maintained that the Scots tongue as their national language, despite the fact that it has been stigmatized in schools and ignored by officials and marginalized in the media since the 16th century. When opposed to Scottish English pronunciation, the American accent is predominantly rhotic and R in the word is always pronounced, while in the Scottish R sound is frequently spoken as a flat or a tap, like Spanish R sound. People from lowlands of Scotland have significant trouble understanding one another because some pronunciation could be more complicated than usual pronunciation.
Next, I would present the characteristic of vowels for Scottish English. Vowel quality and the vowel quantity are the two main characteristics of vowels for Scottish English. The quantity and quality of vowels in standard Scottish English and received pronunciation differ significantly. For vowel quality in standard Scottish English, there are monophthongs of e, e, a, o, u, o, and a. It differs from received pronunciation in which certain monophthongs are short vowels.
I will continue with another vowels quality, which is diphthongs. I will explain by giving examples on how to pronounce certain words in Standard Scottish English and receive pronunciation. First, in SSE, the diphthong in the word such as price is A or EI, but in RP, the diphthong becomes I. Next, the word like house use diphthong OU instead of OW like in RP. Furthermore, the equivalent diphthong for the word voice is usually OI or E, but for RP, it is OI. Moreover, the vowel in the word face is diphthong A, not being monophthonous like SSE.
Following that is a vowel quantity which refers to vowel length. Standard Scottish English does not have a vowel length or tenseness difference. There is no such rule of pronouncing certain vowels longer before any voiced fricative or morpheme boundary. The length of vowels is one of the most apparent distinctions between Standard Scottish English and received pronunciation. The length of the vowels in received pronunciation is phonemic. Therefore, the disparity in length is obvious.
As Fariza said, there is no such rule of pronouncing certain vowels longer before any voiced fricatives or morpheme boundary in Standard Scottish English. However, for received pronunciation, vowels I, U, and A preceding voiced fricatives L, R, and theta use the Scottish vowel length rule, also known as Aiken's rule. Compared to Standard Scottish English, the properties of consonants in received pronunciation have gone in a distinct direction. The first characteristic is from the aspect of rhoticity. According to Cow Engine 2017, in English, rhoticity refers to the pronunciation of the historical rhotic sound R in certain instances. A rhotic accent is a situation in which the letter R is almost always present in the spelling. On the other hand, a non-rhotic accent lacks the R in the final or pre-consonantal locations that make it also known as a post-vocalic R. In Standard Scottish English, R is usually spoken in syllable coda. In post-vocalic context, speakers of received pronunciation do not pronounce the R. In syllable initial and intervocalic basis, they only nevertheless pronounce R.
The next characteristic is plosives. Based on Cambridge Dictionary, plosive is a consonant sound that is made by stopping air flowing out of the mouth and then suddenly releasing it. In Standard Scottish English, the plosives b, t, and k are not aspirated, while in received pronunciation, voiceless plosives b, t, and k are aspirated at the beginning of a syllable unless followed by a totally unstressed vowel or with s preceding them in the same syllable. For instance, the p is aspirated in past but not in compass or envelope. Another characteristic of Standard Scottish English is fricatives. Fricatives are consonants formed by pushing air through a narrow channel caused by close proximity of two articulators. In Standard Scottish English, voiceless velar fricative X usually appears in word final and word central places, such as in the words log and technical. This phoneme is commonly found in names and many Gaelic and Scots borrowings in Standard Scottish English.